Hi, my name is Sophia Fuchs. I am neurodivergent, and I would like to tell you how to understand neurodiversity and why we should support it. First of all, a lot of you guys may be asking, "Oh, Sophia, what on earth is neurodiversity?" Well, let me explain. Neurodiversity is defined as the concept that not all brains are the same and that we all have different ways of thinking. Adding on to that, a person who is neurodivergent has different brain wiring. So think someone with ADHD, autism, Tourette's, the like. You know, according to the Boston Consulting Group, around 1 in 5 people are neurodivergent, meaning that there's probably a neurodivergent person sitting in the same row as you. Not only that, but the shocking thing is that data is only for people who are diagnosed, meaning that there's probably a whole lot more neurodivergent people in this earth, and we don't even know. You know one thing that still confuses me? The amount of stigma associated with neurodiversity and neurological disorders, especially in media. There's always this talk about neurodivergent people being either brain-dead vegetables or being special abilities. I myself hate the pipeline that people with ASD or similar neurodevelopmental and learning disorders are precious little creatures that are fragile as porcelain. Now, of course, I don't speak on behalf of everyone who is neurodivergent, but there's this second problem is an issue I've seen everywhere. That issue? Stereotypes. There's always these stereotypes associated with these different disorders. The main ones I've seen are people with ADHD or ADD are bad students, people with Down syndrome are precious, and finally, the bane of my existence, vaccines cause autism. Or, as a certain American president put it this Monday, Tylenol causes autism. But I digress. I've been affected by these stereotypes. It's really a silly, silly thing. But I had this classmate, right? Let's call him M. I told M that I was autistic, and he goes, "Oh, but you don't look autistic. You're making eye contact." This sort of stereotype, or any of similar nature, is what harms neurodiversity because people are being misinformed, and that way no one can support people with neurodivergencies because we don't know what is real and what's not. Finally, with all of this doom and gloom I'm talking about, you may be asking, "Well, Sophia, if you're complaining so much, why don't you tell us how to support neurodivergent people?" Well, yes, of course! There's so many ways to support neurodivergent people. First of all, something that I surprisingly don't see very often, treating us like people. Any neurodivergent person is the same as any of you all. It's just that we have different ways of thinking. Now, I'm glad to see that there's not as much discrimination against neurodiversity, but on the other hand, people have completely resorted to infantilizing us and patronizing us, like comments such as, you're so special, and special abilities are incredibly condescending and is incredibly demeaning. What works best for us is being treated like how you would treat any other person, like a person. And while, of course, some people may need more help than others, we still need people to acknowledge that people that are neurodivergent are disabled, and that we're not little cutesy aliens. Another way to support neurodiversity is to help accommodate those with neurodivergencies. So say, for example, someone has a really sensitive hearing, and you're in a place with loud music, right? There's 3 courses of action. 1, give them noise-canceling headphones. 2, ask the people playing the music to turn the music down. And of course, if all else fails, get them out of there. Finally, one of the most important things you could do your research. Not every single neurodivergent person is the same. It's called neurodiversity for a reason. The accommodations I might need are not the same accommodations that your uncle's neighbor's little autistic cousin might need. Finally, I hope that you all have something to think about tonight, whether it be, how can I accommodate my neurodivergent peers? Or, do I actually know the experiences that these people face? In the end, treat anyone, neurodivergent or not, as people. Not aliens, not objects, but people. Thank you and good night.